Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started. Yo! Every morning, man. Good morning. What's going on, everyone? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Bitcoin with a pretty shady last night. We dropped all the way to 18,250. What an interesting night for BTC. Now we're trying to come back up a little bit, right? Back up to 19,100. We're building a strong base. Building a strong base here at, seems like 18K. But let's jump out of the charts, man. Let's not waste any time here this morning. How's everyone doing this morning, man? How you feeling this morning? You feeling good? You feeling a little bit shady? You feeling a little scared? Are you shaking in your gymborees this morning? Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You know, Bitcoin's right at support, right? So, you know, usually when Bitcoin gets right to support, usually everyone starts shivering. Everyone starts saying, holy shit. You know, this is going to be a time where we break through the support. Holy shit. And, you know, we usually end up finding some support at that level. But nevertheless, let's discuss today. Chief just yelled into my mic. Of course I did, man. Of course. Of course I did. You know I got to say yo every morning, my friend. Mike, what's going on, man? That's 19K? 19,100, my man. Shaking your Ada boots, said Prickly. I think everyone's shaking right now. I mean, right now is the time where whenever we get to support, that's the time where sentiment is just the worst, right? I think everyone and their mother's bearish right now. Everyone and their mother thinks we're going lower. And, you know, I get that sentiment. And it's kind of what I said yesterday. Wednesday's the real deal, right? Wednesday is the real freaking deal where we're going to know what the next major move is. And you guys can see the title of the stream. The weekly indicator is about to flash. What's that weekly indicator? Well, that's the BBWP that we'll talk about coming up in just a second. But let's talk about just the overall market real quick. So BTC, let's go to the daily chart. So What I mean that Bitcoin's right at support. Well, here's the deal. All right, here's the deal. Let's keep it 100, man. Jordan needs more panicky and create emergency. I could. You guys want me to make clickbait thumbnails that say "Holy shit, emergency" with the O faces? I can do that. I can do that for you. But no. So Bitcoin's come back down in the daily time frame. We got a wick all the way down to about 18,300. I would say this. The good thing about this wick is we actually came and took these wicks looking left. Okay. Now that I'll tell you this right now. That doesn't mean that we can't just come right back down later today or tomorrow or Wednesday and smack right through. I think there's a possibility of that. And right now, this is a very interesting spot for BTC. Why? One, everyone's bearish. Two, Bitcoin's also right at support, right? Where you got these daily closes, you got this bounce, you got this bounce, you got this bounce. And I'll tell you this, and kind of like we said the other day is, every single time Bitcoin comes back down to this level, everyone thinks that the bottom's going to fall through. It's over. Holy shit. Bitcoin's going to zero. Bitcoin's never going to recover. I saw Prickly Preppy in the chat said, he had a guy tell him that, it's a shame. It's shameful that you own Bitcoin at this point. It's a shame to their family, right? There's probably people that are telling, their sons that they're disowning them because they own Bitcoin. Right? It's getting to those levels, man. But Bitcoin finds itself at that support again, right? So here's the kind of synopsis here. I mean, there is a couple potentially bearish things that are popping up on the charts, but they're not confirmed yet. We need to wait for closes, right? On multiple different time frames, right? 2-day, 5-day, weekly. There's multiple different bearish things that could pop up, but we gotta wait for the closes on those candles, and we'll talk about them coming up. Rico said, I feel like every week we're at a crucial point. Well, I would say this today especially, we are at a crucial point, but here comes Bitcoin, right? Wick straight back down, and here's what I'll say real quick about BTC before we jump on into the actual charts is, you guys know better than me. The sentiment in crypto can change on a dime, right? So right now everyone's bearish. Usually what happens when you're at support, but we know this. If Bitcoin gets one green candle to the upside, you know how this market works. Bitcoin gets one green candle to the upside, everyone's going to get bullish again. That's literally how crypto works. It's ridiculous, right? You get one 5% day to the upside, we're going to 100K tomorrow. Right? That's how the crypto market works. So let's have patience. Like I said, I'm not going to get too up in arms until Bitcoin closes the daily. If Bitcoin closes a daily below, like we said yesterday, 18.8, where it had a wick today, but didn't close below yet, then we can start talking. But as long as we hold this range, I wouldn't get too up in arms, okay? Don't get too up in arms yet. That could change Wednesday if they come out with a 100 basis point rate hike, but that is that's still 2 days away, if you know what I mean. It's still 2 days away, man. Facts. It is facts. So, I mean, if you guys don't believe me, just go look at every time we came back to the support. I mean, go back in time. Bearish, bearish, bearish. Right? And Bitcoin ends up bouncing from this level multiple times. Maybe this is not the time that it bounces. But still, until it breaks, you got to give it a little due diligence. Now, I am still in my ETH short. Okay, I've moved my stops and profit. So if the market comes back up, I'll still get a nice profit on that ETH short. But I'm still in that ETH short. I want to see Bitcoin get a little bit more strength here, especially for altcoins, because as we know, Bitcoin dominance did hit that low, and if the trend was going to continue, well, you got to be expecting Bitcoin to outpace alts here for maybe the next couple of weeks if the trend continues, right? Where you're just going up, down, up, down, up, down, up on little old Bitcoin dominance. You know what I'm saying? I'm guilty as F. Yeah, man, we all do it, man. Because I still get the urge to FOMO multiple different times. All right, so let's jump onto the charts here real quick. So last night, Bitcoin, big drop down from about 19,500 all the way down to 18,200. Pretty big drop, right? A lot of people probably capitulated right here. I'm willing to bet a lot of people capitulated right here, and a lot of people capitulated on this red candle right here from about 19.5 down to about 18,700. Why? You got a big vector candle pop up, which means a lot of volume came in on this candle. You got smackdown. Okay, now Bitcoin's coming back up. The question is here, is Bitcoin just coming back up to take this liquidity before coming back down, or is this going to be the time that we bounce, just like we bounced from this support level multiple different times? That's the question we have to ask ourselves here. The level I'm watching right now, let me get rid of this. The level I'm watching right now is this level right here. At the top of this vector candle and also the previous range lows at about 19,400. If we want to see Bitcoin, have a little bit more sustained move, I want to see Bitcoin get back above 19,400, get back above that 50 EMA on the 1 hour, and start closing some 1 hour candles back above this level. Because if you look at the 4 hour time frame, what do we do, guys? What do we do? And I'll get into my point here in just a second. What do we do? Well, sorry if I sound a little stuffy, guys. I might be getting a little sick here, right? It's the early stages of getting sick. Slowly but surely, your boy might be getting a little sick, but it's okay. It's okay, man. It is what it is, said Samantha. Samantha, good to see you, buddy. Don't be spamming the chat, though. I love you in here, and I want to keep you in here, but don't be spamming the chat, my friend. Guys, look at my new coffee mug, by the way. Maya got this for me for my birthday. Look at this. Look at this, man. Look at this real quick before we jump on in here. What do we got? Look at your wife is this cupcake looking lady right here. Okay? She gives you a lot of attitude, a headache, everything in between. My wife is no different right now. Headache, attitude, she still drops it on me. Okay? Because she's dropping right now. But yeah, that's my wife. This is your wife, okay? This is your wife right here, man. All right? So keep that in mind. I love it, man. I love it. Go back. What is Dan saying? Dan said you're sus? Dan, you're sus, man. You're sus. All right, anyways. What did Bitcoin do in this move? So, guys, this is not confirmed yet. All right, I want to see a little bit more upwards price action here before I get like, holy shit, look at this. But look at what Bitcoin did. So if we take the 4 hour time frame, we bounced from this green box. You see this green box span all the way from over here? So basically what we did is we had this low, we had this low, and we had this low. So this is what's called a swing failure. So you broke the previous lows, right? You had a slight break. This little move where you break support gets a bunch of people to short right here, right? I bet a bunch of people put in a short right here, okay, as you break support. And that's why I'm not a big fan of breakout trading, man. Because the more the crypto market goes on, the more and more I see swing failure patterns where you break a certain level and then it instantly goes the opposite way. How many times do you guys see that? You did it right here. Swing failure, slight move below the previous support, and now getting pushed right back up to take all those shorts that shorted the bottom right here, okay? You see this consistently, man. So I don't love breakout trading, man. Wait for some type of backwards test at the very least. But yeah, so swing failure, you came right back to the upside. Now, this is what I'm looking at, and this is not confirmed yet, guys. So I want to make this clear. This is not confirmed yet. But you got the first thing. You got that swing failure to the downside, slightly lower low. Now you're pushing back up. Here's what I'm watching now. All right? Bitcoin's in the early stages of forming some type of falling wedge. Now, what do we know about falling wedges? One, you know that I love them. Two, you know that I love to get bob wedgies. Three, you know that, quite frankly, I like to see three touches on both sides. So, unfortunately, as we speak, I want to see one more touch on the top side. Okay, so Bitcoin's coming back up to the upside right now. I'm looking for a little taparoo on the top of this right now. Okay, which it looks like it wants to come back up and tap this. A little taparoo, a tap, just a boop, boop, right to the top there. But even if that does happen, we go back to the hourly time frame. Now you're building a little vector candle here on the hourly. What do we always look for at the bottom, right? The bottom of a falling wedge. Well, we look for a W pattern, right? So if we get a rejection at first, we come back down, test the lows, then I'm looking for the move to the upside, okay? But that's so. Just keep an eye on this. You might be calling me crazy at the moment. It's not confirmed yet. I want to see how Bitcoin reacts on this last move. If it gets rejected, comes back down, makes a double bottom, then comes back up. But you got the early stages of it, all right? And I just want to remind everyone, there's still a lot of liquidity up here. This massive, massive candle right here, right? It was pretty much like the ETH merge dump, boop, right to the downside. There's still a massive vector candle up here. And you still got, now you got a bunch of vector candles in this range too to come back up and take. But I'll be honest. I don't want to get too bearish right at support, though I'm willing to admit, okay, if the Fed comes out and surprises everyone with 100 basis points on Wednesday, I think the market's going to dump. If they come out with 75, I think we'll be okay, at least for the short term, all right? So keep that in mind, right? Everything kind of is in this just little cloud of a moment at the moment, you know what I'm saying? Wendy is horse guy, and one more thing, right? Falling wedges, in case you're new to like looking at charts and stuff, they do break to the upside 68% of the time. This is not a confirmed one yet. You need to see one more touch on the top side, all right? But they break to the upside 68% of the time. We'll see. And if we look at the indicators, let's look down then. What do I look at? What do I look for here on indicators? Well, you got the 4-hour stock RSI crossing back to the upside. Check number one. You got momentum coming back to the upside, right? You see momentum? Momentum's coming back to the upside on the 4-hour time frame here, okay? So you got the two things that I look for. Now you just need to see the breakouts. You got the momentum indicators. You got the swing failure pattern at the bottom. Now you just need to see Bitcoin come in and break this resistance, okay? That's it. But everything that I look for is there as far as BTC. See if it plays out. Nonetheless, it is what it is. Short-term time frames, like I said, look for a W pattern at the bottom though, right? Because the hourly is the opposite, right? Hourly's got momentum coming to the downside or getting topped out, okay? Momentum starting to come back down. Hourly stocks topped out. So like we said, slight move up, fall back down, reset the shorter term time frames to come back up. All right? It's simple. Now, before we jump onto the longer term indicators, which might look a little bit bearish at the moment, we'll touch on that. Hold up. Let me take a sip of coffee here. Yo, Neil. What's up, buddy? Godzilla said, just say we gonna go down. I want to bring the hopium out of you like a white towel. Oh, this is all short-term price action right here, man. I'll get to my longer-term stuff, which... My longer term stuff, after that CPI print we got last week, my longer term stuff has that slightly changed the narrative a little bit for me. But anyways, let's jump back to this. So just to go along with that, if we see a short term bounce, I don't think it's going to be like this crazy freaking moonshot. Okay, so keep that in mind. This is short term stuff here. Okay, so if our falling wedge on the 4-hour breaks to the upside, okay, awesome. You come take this liquidity, there it is, from about, 21,500 to 22K, right? That would be the target there. Even if that gets the move up here, guys, look where we find ourselves, okay? We find ourselves right at the daily downtrend of resistance, okay? So you got 1, 2, all the way back up here. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches on this daily downtrend of resistance. So that's where I'll be looking at Bitcoin getting a rejection, even if it does move back up. And this could happen, if this does happen, this could happen over the next couple of days. But you got to be able to look at this both ways because, excuse me, man. Whoa, man, bro. So even if it does get a bounce, I'd be looking for a rejection here and a move back down. Why is this? Why is this, Jordan? Why are you giving us this anti-hopium? Well, here's the deal, my friends. Here's the deal. Let's jump down into some of our indicators here. So, real quick, on the 2-day, we've been looking at the BBWP a lot more lately. Why? Because it's pretty freaking good, right? Shout out to my guy, Eric Crown, man. Dude's a freaking savage. And this shit freaking works, right? Shout out to my guy. Listen, BBWP getting low here on the 2-day. Okay? Stock RSI coming back down, momentum on just price action coming back down. So you got to give the 2-day a little bit of a bearish narrative there. Okay? And not only that, but you go to the weekly time frame. Okay? Depending on how the weekly, and this is why I say wait for the closes, man. Wait for the closes. But the weekly time frame is the big thing. Could we get a little move up on the daily? Sure. But the weekly, okay? The weekly is this. And this is why I say just be cautious here. Right? I know we're at support, but be cautious on the weekly because you got price action coming back down on the weekly. Wait for the close. If Bitcoin can bounce this week, this nullifies this. Okay? But if we get bad news on Wednesday, market tanks, it could be a long continuation to the downside. If it does. But it also could be the opposite, right? If Bitcoin gets good news and we pump, it could be a long continuation to the upside. All we know is that a massive move is coming. Look at how close this is to crossing, okay, on the BBWP. Right? Look at this. Godzilla said I've been looking at BBW too. BBW is life. Here we go. You guys kill me with the BBW, man. That's not what we're talking about, okay? That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about BBWP. BBWP. Holy moly, man. But right here, BBWP about to cross on the weekly. Right now, on this close, if Sunday ends up where it is, you would point to downside action, man. And we talked about the last 2 times you got crosses on this, when it's been low, you've gotten a 60% dump to the downside. Back here from April 22nd or April 25th, you got a 60% move to the downside for Bitcoin last time this happened. Okay? Stock RSI was coming to the downside. Boom! 60% move to the downside. Last time before that was the exact opposite, right? BBWP crossed and stock RSI was coming to the upside. Price action was coming to the upside. And boom! 450% move to the upside for BTC. So be ready, man. This is an exciting time. I've told you guys, I've been sick of this freaking range, man. I am bored of this freaking range. From June, July, August, September, we're talking almost 4 months of being in this stupid range. But I don't think it's going to last very long. I think we're about to see an explosive move one way or the other. And, Wednesday could be a deciding factor on what's about to happen, And that's what's exciting, man. That is what is exciting me and getting me a little bit feely in my gymborees, if you know what I'm saying. Let's go back to BTC, though, real quick. So BTC, we're looking for a move above 19.4. Previous lows, top of a vector candle right here in the 1-hour time frame, and the 50 EMA coming in right at that level, too. So that's what we're looking for. Overall, I would say, you guys know my take. You've heard me ramble here. Short-term move to the upside for Bitcoin off support? Could be. But I will also say this narrative too.
Rant alert.
If you see the upwards movement before the FOMC meeting, be very cautious. That could just be the market makers preparing their shorts to dump on you. Okay? So if you do see that move off support within the next couple days, you start to make your way up here, right? Everyone gets super bullish. Woohoo! Woohoo! Looks like the market's pricing in the FOMC meeting. Woohoo! That could just be them building their shorts to dump on you right back down to the downside. So be cautious. Be very, very cautious here. Because this is a cautious area. Hedge yourself, right? Be prepared for both directions. I'm prepared for both directions. Be prepared for both freaking directions, man. Hedge yourself a little bit. Holy moly. But right now we are seeing that move to the upside. Okay? And I do expect a move to the upside here in the short term. I do. Since Bitcoin's right at support. Short-term move to the upside. Long-term, looking a little sketchy. It is what it is. East pump, let's go to ETH. So 1345. ETH, all right, so guys, ETH real quick. ETH came back down to the level I was looking for. So what was the level I was looking for? You literally wicked right to 1279. Bada bing, bada boom. Previous highs, right? From this consolidation back in June and July. Previous high here, previous high here. 1279. You wicked straight to that level. What also did you just bounce off of? Well, you take the swing low to the swing high. That also, you just closed that 4-hour candle right at the 0.618 Fibonacci level. So not only did you test the previous highs, but you also bounce off the 0.618 Fibonacci. And also, there's a lot of confluence at this level. And when you look for a bounce, you want to look for some type of confluence. You also buy in the Ethereum Classic here. Ethereum Classic. You also have this downward sloping channel, right? Where you've gotten one bounce, two bounces, and also coming in right there on that downward sloping channel where you're at right now. Okay, so there's a lot of confluence right there for Ethereum to, just like Bitcoin, do we see a short-term rise? A short-term rise. We're not talking anything crazy, but a short-term rise. Monday, maybe, right? Tuesday, maybe, for them to come back down. Okay, but I don't mind where Ethereum is for the short term. I don't know about the long term, but for the short term, this is a point that you could see a bounce for Ethereum. I will say this though, once again, you finally came back down and took this yellow vector candle looking left, so you can kind of cross that off now, which is really, really nice. So this yellow vector candle coming in right here, all spanning all the way down to 1230, you've now taken that, all right, which is nice. The question is now, does ETH have enough juice to hold this level? Because if it doesn't, woohoo, 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 it's probably coming back down to 1K, man. You know what I mean? If I'm going to be honest, that's where the cookie crumbles. All right, that's the way the damn cookie crumbles. So watch this level like a hawk, 1279, just like we were watching up here at about 1600. As soon as that level broke, you got popped. If this level breaks right here, you're getting popped. So watch it like a hawk, my friends. Watch it like a damn hawk. Ah, man. Some delicious stuff, man. I love coffee. Does anyone else love coffee here? Holy moly. As far as momentum indicators, daily stock bottomed out. Momentum bottomed out. But, you know, just obviously be cautious there with news coming up. 4 hour actually looks good. So 4 hour looks pretty good here on ETH, at least for the short term, right? You got vector candles spanning all the way back up to these ranges. So short term, does it come back up, retest the underside? The underside. The underside. The underpillow. Right? Does it come back up and test the lows of the previous consolidation about 1425? Take all these vector candles and then pop right to the back to the downside. Right? 4 hour looks good. 4 hour stocks cross to the upside. 4 hour momentum just cross to the upside. 4 hour looks pretty good. But once again, at any type of bottom, even if we come up here, I'm going to look for a retrace right back down to the lows. Why? W formation. Okay, so even if it comes back up, I'm still expecting it to come right back down. Okay, maybe it holds on that second attempt, maybe it doesn't, and that's where we'll be looking at this like a hawk. All right, like a hawk flying through the woods, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a damn hawk flying through the woods. But you know, all in all, ETH at an interesting point. You know, we go to the weekly time frame on ETH. This chart's a little bit shady at the moment, but weekly time frame still looking shady, man. I will say, like, the short term may look okay. The weekly time frame may look a little shady. You guys do your own thing. I mean, you know, who knows what's going to happen here, but you know, just a rejection off the bear market resistance band, rejection off the bear market resistance band. You broke those previous weekly lows, and we sort of said, all right, cool. Do we come back down to the next weekly close highs at about 1200? We haven't gotten there yet. I would say have patience with this, right? You could see a short-term rally to the upside. But, yeah, I mean, here you sit. Here you patiently sit right there on sort of Ethereum. So just have patience with this, okay? Because I told you guys, I'm not going to get overly dramatic until Bitcoin starts closing daily candles below 18.8, okay? Or Bitcoin closes weekly candles below, where is it? Or Bitcoin starts closing weekly candles below 19,250, which right now it's below, right? Right now it's below, but it's all about the close, okay? So wait for closes. Wicks or wicks. So I always say wicks or wicks. Wait for closes. Bitcoin starts closing dailies below 18.8, weeklies below 19,250. Then you get a little bit shaking in your timberees, maybe a little bit. I don't know. You guys do you. Let's see. Or M formation. There you go, Creighton. Could be an M formation too. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. If Bitcoin was at 32K and ETH was 1K, would you trade one Bitcoin for 32 ETH so you could stake? So if Bitcoin was at 32K and ETH was at 1K, would you trade one BTC for 32 ETH? I'd rather hold 32 ETH than one Bitcoin. That's just me personally. I would definitely rather hold 32 ETH than one BTC. Take it for what you will. Come at me, but you guys know my take on that. And I own a good amount of BTC and ETH, so it's not like I hate BTC. That's just my take, man. That's my take. You know. All right, so BTC is trying to come back up. Like we said, watch for resistance right here. Watch for resistance right here at the top of this downward sloping trend line, which is the top of this potential falling wedge. That's not confirmed yet, okay? But, you know, overall, like, it's a textbook swing failure with a bullish pattern forming with momentum indicators pointing to the upside. It's classic. Now, we gotta let the classic play out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking for an initial rejection there, though, right? I'm looking for a move up, rejection, move back down, retest, then the breakout, if it's going to break out. BTC all the way. Nice. Rip. Oh, no. No, not that I would stake it. I would just rather own 32K. Sorry, not 32K. I would rather own 32 ETH if I didn't have to stake it. If I had to stake it, if I had to stake it, give me BTC, man. Give me BTC. I definitely would. Jordan, when admit ETH is dead? You guys are crazy, man. A month ago, everyone was jerking off to ETH. Oh! Look at ETH! I need more ETH! Now, all of a sudden, ETH is dead. Just wait. All you guys will be FOMO into ETH again at some point. It's cycles, man. It's cycles. You know, Bitcoin has its cycle, ETH has its cycle. Whenever Bitcoin's outpacing ETH, ETH is dead. Whenever ETH is going nuts to the upside against BTC, ETH is awesome. You know what I mean? You guys were just jerking off to ETH a month ago. Holy moly, man. Not safe at work. Not safe at work. No. Definitely not safe at work. It's classic. It's Ethereum Classic, man. Ethereum Classic. Oh, some good stuff, man. All right, let's go to total market cap. Let's look at total. Let's keep bouncing through stuff today. Let's bounce, man. Let's bounce. Bounce. Come on. Bounce. Bounce. Come on. Bounce. I'm not just saying that because ETH's my wife, by the way. I generally mean that. Right here. Boom. I'm still doing it. ETH Maxi, I cranked out 5 during the merge. Now waiting for the splurge. Nice, Neil. I like your little Dr. Seuss rhyme, my friend. All right, but anyways, total market cap. What was the super bearish candle on total market cap is actually turning out to be maybe a bullish candle, depending on where we close. You know, at one point, this was a bearish freaking candle, man. But you've retraced that, pretty much that whole candle. And then now we're about to turn this into like a bullish hammer here. If it can get up a little bit higher here. All of a sudden. Now, like we said, you did break support on total, right? 1 touch, 2 touches, 3 touches. When you break support, this could just be a back test before continuation, but we'll talk about that when we get there. You know, you wick down, you didn't quite get to the lows, so you're still going to make your way back down to this red box down here. I would say that's still likely at this point. Like I said, short-term rally to the upside makes sense. It does. Let's go back to BTC. BTC still trying to make its way back up to this resistance, by the way, guys. Still trying to. Keyword's trying to at the moment. We'll see if it does. No, but listen, like, let me go back to total. With Bitcoin and ETH both at major support levels, a short-term rally is definitely... Whoa! Internal temperature too high. Oh, God. The camera's too hot, man. Holy moly, man. All right, guys. The camera needs to cool down. So we're going no camera rest of the stream. We got a deal? You guys might like that. Might be saying, Jordan, we don't want to see you, bro. We don't want to see you, man. All right, guys. No... The camera's gone, man. Rip. Rip. No, but right here, guys. So, this feels weird. This feels like the other day when I tried to do a stream with no camera. I feel like a ghost. I feel like I should be here, and I'm not here, you know? I feel like I should be here, but I'm not here. You know what I'm saying? More IT problem. Clint, I always know you're in here lurking. Always. But, no, I mean, Bitcoin and ETH being right at support, short-term rally, I think makes sense. But we got to see, like, if this just comes out and retests over the next couple of days, okay, cool. And then we come right back to this red box. So, all in all, man, I'm just excited for what's to come. Stock market, kind of chilling like a villain. Actually, let's go look at what the stock market's doing so far today. So, Nasdaq's down about 0.3%, S&P down about 0.1%. So, not kind of just going sideways. Are you building any formations here, though? Let's take a look. Here. So, let's go to the S&P futures. S&P futures trying to build some W formation. As far as a local low, can it? Well, let's find out. But you're trying to form it, right? I mean, keyword is try. You know, boom, 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 W. And I will say this about the S&P. Like, you still got a bunch of people up here who shorted right here, man. Are they really going to allow all these people right here? Look at these vector candles, man. Are they really going to allow all these mofos right here who shorted all the way down here to just get a free ride to the downside? Are they really going to allow that? You got this wick, all these vector candles down here. Are they really going to allow all these mofos to just sit there comfy? Or are they going to make them sweat a little bit? Are they going to move this up before the FOMC meeting, right? Make them sweat. Maybe they don't come all the way back up, but do they make them sweat a little bit? Oh, should I close? And then you bring it back down. That's the question, man. That's the question. But there's a lot of juiciness there. You can even see it better on the daily time frame. All right, is this the point where they bring it back up to bring it back down? That's the question, man. That's the question. Debt market's in trouble. No one wants that shit. True. Very, very true, man. Hey, mad love, guys. Mad love. Hope you guys have a fantastic. I can't do it. I can't do that accent. Bathwater said, should I close? B-Water, you guys do what you want to do. What are you guys up to today? Are you guys in any short positions, long positions? What are you guys doing today? And let me guys know, like, are you guys in long, like, so there's a difference, right? Right now I'm still in an East Shore, but that's a long-term East Shore, right? Where I moved it into profit already. If it comes back up, I get stopped out. Okay, cool. But that's a long-term short. I actually expect a short-term bounce, actually, which, you know, is kind of counterintuitive. But specify it, right? Sometimes you might be short, but it's a longer-term short. Sometimes you might be short. It's a quick scalp trade. What are you guys up to today? Waiting? Jordan, the voice inside my head. The voice inside my head, my friend. All right, Bitcoin just... Yeah, Bitcoin's still chilling. Going long in a shorty. Longer than long. Nice. I mean, right now it makes sense to be... from this level right here, this nice swing failure pattern, this makes sense to be in at least a short-term long, in my opinion. I'm into catching a falling knife. Okay, dude, catching falling knives. Maybe we get that this week. That's what's exciting, man. Are you guys excited for that? Like, we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe Bitcoin bounces from this level. And I told you guys, I have no idea what's going to freaking happen. Right? But all I know is a big move is coming. And I'm hedged both ways. If we do get that move to the downside this week, are you guys excited for that? Because this is what a lot of you guys have been waiting for, man. And that's going to test a lot of people's willpower, you know? A lot of people calling for 16K, 15K, 14K. You know what I mean? That's going to test a lot of people's willpower where people say, oh, I'm going all in at 14K. 14K is going to be the bottom. Well, if it comes, are you going to hold truth to that word, or are you just going to keep calling? Then you're going to call for 10K, and then 6K, and then 2K. You know, that's how the bear markets usually work is, you know, the bears consistently just stay bears and don't go back on their, and don't buy when they say they're going to buy when it's at a certain price, which works until it doesn't, right? You know what I mean? It works until it doesn't. 2018, At 3K, everyone was calling for 1K, and 99% of people missed the 3K bottom because they were waiting for lower prices. You know what I mean? At some point, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? Let's see. Maybe this FOMC 21 news is already priced in, but we'll see. Facts. We won't know, right? That's the fun part about crypto is we have no idea. Right now, we're still holding support, but you're at that point where, you know, we kind of said it can go both ways. Waiting for 14K, said Dion. Nice. Crane said, you have any idea how impatient I am? I can't wait in a line or two of people. I've been waiting for this. I'm a bear, but I could still not resist Gala at 4 cents. Facts, man. I'm a long-term bull on Gala, man. I do think that Gala is going to be one of the best alts in the next bull market, man. I just have that feeling. It's now it's just at that point where it's so freaking low, and it could go lower, right? If Bitcoin drops to 14K, which, you know, who knows what's going to happen, but if it does, man, especially where Bitcoin, just be prepared for this, guys. Like, I don't know what's going to happen here, but if Bitcoin does drop, with Bitcoin dominance being at the level where it's at, alts could bleed hard, man. So just be prepared for that. I'm not to say that's going to happen necessarily, but I mean, the trend has been up, down, up, down, up, down on Bitcoin dominance. And if the trend's going to continue where Bitcoin dominance continues up and Bitcoin starts dropping, which you don't know what's going to happen, just be prepared for that. Right now, we are holding support, though, which is nice, man. 19,207. Let's see if this plays out. Short-term move to the upside. And I'm still looking for this vector candle right here to get taken, man. I'm still looking for that to get taken. So, let's see. Let's see. Bleed them. When talking, we're... let's see. Just remain vigilant. Like to say, did Jordan just say he goes both ways? No. No, I did not, man. No, I did not. But for actually, no, I'm not going to say this. I did not say that. But I go both ways on Bitcoin and ETH. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say. All right. So right now, BTC trying to move back to the upside. We're waiting for it to see if it can get back above 19.4 in the short term. Really, 19.450 is the level to watch for me in the 50 EMA. That's going to be the point where you decide, is it going to continue up or is it going to get rejected? Still looking for something like this, though. Boop, 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 and then up. Boop, 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 up. I always wait for the W pattern. No need for upside right now. At this point, just cut it down. Yeah, but you know how it doesn't work, man. You guys are killing me, man. All right. So that's that. Man. Man, oh man, oh man. What's going on over here, though? Near's up a good amount today. I'm not going to spend too much time on alts. But yeah, Near's up about 4% today. Nothing crazy. I mean, a lot of alts are bouncing from like some of the most important levels they have on the charts, right? Near, previous highs, previous lows. I mean, this is the level for Near right here. Daily looking okay. Daily stocks bottomed out. Daily momentum trying to come back up. Daily looks okay here, okay? I'm gonna use my words carefully here. Looks okay for the time being. Just altcoin charts are altcoin charts. Watch the Bitcoin chart. It's going to tell you all you need to know. But Near is at a point where this would you expect to bounce. It's bounced from this level once, twice, and would I be surprised if it gets a third bounce here? No. It's just like BTC. You're at a massive support level. DOT really hasn't done much today, but DOT's the same deal, Rand. Look, previous low, sitting right at that support again. Would I be surprised if it starts to come back up? I would not be. I mean, you also have what seems to be, I mean, man, I think we looked at this yesterday. You know what I mean? If you cut off those wicks as a fake out, which I'm not a big fan of, it's more of a falling channel. It's exactly like ETH. Exactly like ETH, right? So Reddit support, falling channel. I'd be surprised if it comes back up again. No. For a short-term move to the upside. Awesome. Bada bing, bada boom. And then we look at maybe some for another move to the downside. Sol, same deal. Right at support, right? 1, 2, 3 touches on the daily. You know, once again, short-term moves could be an indication this comes up slightly here, just for a slight little bounce, and then we do our thing. I'm going to go to 4 hour real quick on Sol. See what Sol's got cooking on the 4. Yeah, 4 hour. 4 hour looks juicy on Sol. Same thing as BTC. Look. Falling wedge. You're waiting for one more hit at the upside, but Sol looks good on the 4 hour time frame here. Looks really good. But, like I said, rejection, move back down, retest, W formation, move up. Okay? But Sol looks good on the 4 hour time frame here. 4 hour stocks moving up. 4 hour momentum just crossed the upside. Right at support. I like this. I like this for Sol right here, man. I like this for Sol. Short-term moves up. Just be prepared. Just like we were talking about before the CPI print a couple weeks ago. This is all assuming that we get a 75 basis point rate hike. If they come in with 100, I would probably expect the opposite I would expect, you know, whatever moves we do get to be short-lived. All right? So obviously keep that in the back of your head. Shib. I'm going to spend too much time on Shibinichi, but Shibinichi wicked right to, look at that wick. Right to, we got support once, twice, 3 times. Wicked right to that little support there, man. Juicy. Now trying to get a short-term move to the upside once again. I would say at least probably going to come back up and test these lows, right? 1 low, 2 lows. At least a little back test of this level. Take this vector candle here. You have a massive wick down here, though. So, once again, whoop, whoop, whoop. And then you come back up. Something like that. Pull to George. What the heck are you talking about, man? Link to slink. I was looking at this rising broadening wedge on the 4 hour time frame. It did break down, but now you're actually getting a move back up into it. So we'll see where Link closes, but if Link can get back up here, Link doesn't look too shabby here in the short term. You bounce right off the previous lows. You know, do you come back up on Link, take these vectors here, like this? Short-term move to the upside, take these just to get rejected. Boop! Time will tell, right? Time will tell. But Link also getting back into what was a bearish pattern. So, that's good. It's a good sign for Linky. Linky the Slinky. Good sign. What price do we think ETH is going to reject? I could see ETH going up as high as... In the short term, I can see ETH getting up to at least these underside here. I could see ETH getting back up to like 418, 420 range. Or 1418 to 1420. I could see it getting up as high as that in the short term. Bitcoin coming up hot to that resistance level though. Let's see what Bitcoin does at this level here, guys. This is what we need to watch. Matic. I'm gonna bust through some of the altcoins, man. Just real quick, I'm gonna bust through altcoins here. Matic. You should see similar patterns on a lot of alts. Yeah, Matic, same thing. Matic bounced right from this previous low. Slightly, I mean, it's a swing failure pattern, man. I mean, you had slightly lower low, you had lows here. You broke those lows. Now you're getting right back up, right? You made a slightly lower high, or lower low, okay? Low, slightly lower low, swing failure, boop, right back to the upside, depending on where you close in the 4 hour time frame. But 4 hour looks the same, man. Take a little Fibonacci, man. It's not a Fibonacci, but you guys get the point. Waiting for one more touch on the top side, but same type of deal. Same type of deal on little old Matic here. It's this little falling wedge right at support. Right, so short-term move to the upside. Depending on how you want to draw this, you could draw it like this too, right? Something along these lines. Depending on how you want to draw this, but I'm going to keep it like this. Short-term move to the upside would not surprise me. Once again, I'm waiting for the W pattern at the bottom, though, right? So a move up, a rejection, a move back down, and then the breakout. Okay, let's keep that in mind. So Bitcoin's chilling like a villain as we speak. Apecoin. I haven't looked at Ape in a hot minute, man. Ape. See. Ape. Let's look at Ape. What's Ape doing? We getting a little apey up in here? Are we getting a little apey? Let's see what we got with ape. I like a little bit of ape. All right. So clear resistance there at 579. You made a nice higher low. I don't hate where ape is. I don't. All right. You sort of got this little left head, right? Like retrace. So you broke the 50 EMA. You retraced, tapped the 50 EMA, tapped the 200. Now you're getting that move to the upside, right? 4-hour stocks just crossed back to the upside. 4-hour doesn't look too shabby for at least a retest of 579. Let's look at the daily real quick. Daily time frame. She looks pretty. The daily time frame actually looks kind of juicy. Because if we get rid of that, we look at the daily time frame here. You know, this even looks like a bigger inverse head and shoulders pattern, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. If this can break out here, I mean, that's not too shabby, man. That's not too shabby, but always just be prepared for, don't get too excited until we break the neckline at about 563 on a daily close. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. 420. 420, Mike. All right. If it was really George, Wayne would be banned for being too smart. Don't spread your FUD here, Wayne. Wayne would be banned for being too smart? I don't know about that. Wayne's a boss, man. Wayne's a freaking boss. You guys miss me? You guys miss my face, by the way? Yeah, I bet you guys miss my face. I bet you do. I bet you do, my friends. You miss my face. All right. So I think we jumped through. You guys want Gala? Gala's the same deal, right? Gala broke support. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches on Gala. You broke support. Okay, now you're kind of in price discovery to the downside. This is what it is. But you know, Gala, same deal. Do you get that retrace? Let's go to the 4-hour real quick. Yeah, the 4-hour looks juicy on Gala, at least for a short-term move, right? Momentum crossing back to the upside, right? 4-hour time frame. Stock RSI crossing back to the upside. So at least for a short-term move, you know, do you get a little boop, retrace, W formation, back test? Yeah, you might not. This one you might not come back down because the 4-hour looks good, but you know, at least a retrace to back test the underside of this support, back up towards 4.6 cents. Sure, at least for a short-term move, and then we'll kind of go from there. And the daily, you could argue the daily, if that does play out, it's a little bit too much of a dip from the daily time frame to say it's swing failure, but you know, at least the back test of the underside would make some sense, right? No filters, no fun. We can't troll you if you can't see you. That's facts. ETH is still moving up. Yeah, ETH is still moving up, 1365. Like I said, ETH could get as high as, in my opinion, ETH can get as high as what did I say, 418? This underside right here of the support. Right about right there. Yeah, but 419, 418, right about right there. Gets the ETH getting as high as that for the short term. All right, here comes Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's testing the big old wedge. The big old wedge resistance. Here we go. You guys want a poll? Here we go. Here we go. What comes first for Bitcoin? Let's do this. What comes first for... Oh, that's in the chat. You guys want the camera back on? Let's see if it is good now. Let's see. Here we go. This might be bullish, man. Hold up. Whoa, there's two of me. Yo! What's going on, man? We got two of me. Let's turn this off real quick. Whoops. There we go. All right, cool. We're back, at least for now. Let's do a poll real quick, man. Here we go. What comes first for BTC? Do we got... Let's do a juicy one. Let's do 22K. Or let's do 17K. 22K or 17K. What comes first for BTC? Let me know in the chat, man. Let me know in thy chat. One is enough? Facts. But yeah, we want to see if BTC can break this downtrend of resistance right here in the short term, my friends. All right, 4 hour looks good. Momentum crossed, stock crossed, swing failure to the downside. Let's see, man. And we know everyone's favorite point to get bearish is when you're right at support. And that's why I've been saying the last couple days, man. Though the bigger term time frames might look a little shady, you still got to remember you're still at support in the daily. So don't get too caught up in arms until Bitcoin breaks this green box. If Bitcoin gets a daily close below 18.8, okay, then we can start talking. Until then, como sa, right? Bitcoin's been here once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, for a 5th time now, okay? Do some como sa. It's easy to get like super bearish right at support. Just don't do it yet, okay? There can be a time and a place. There can be a time and a place here. And all of a sudden, like this is how crypto works, man. This all of a sudden, what was a bearish candle, okay? This is how quickly it can flip. All of a sudden this morning, where you had a bearish candle, Bitcoin down at 18,200, all of a sudden that bearish candle, if Bitcoin can close green today, is going to turn into a bullish hammer candle, which is a super bullish candle. All right, just like that, right? Just like that. We'll see where we close. Maybe we get rejected here and we just plummet right back down to the downside, which I do expect to retest the lows before we come back up. But man, just like that. We'll see where we close though. Wait for the daily close. Right? I always say, man, wait for the daily frickin' close. Because even intraday candles can change so much in this space. They can. They literally can, man. They literally can. So, take it for what you will, man. Take it for what you will. You know? Oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man. And would I be surprised, like I said, if Bitcoin comes all the way back up and retests this downward sloping trend line? No, I wouldn't in the short term. In the short term, man. BTC's coming up. ETH's coming up nicely. 1366 on little old Ethereum. Can ETH come back up higher? Can Bitcoin come back higher? Bitcoin right now at the 200 EMA on the 15-minute time frame. Right at the 50 EMA on the 1 hour. If it smacks this, it's gonna. I would say it looks pretty good here in the short term. We got to get back above this previous low too, at 19.4. Okay, so this is the range to watch out for. Right at the top of the falling wedge. Okay, so you got a lot of confluence coming in here. Right, multiple different moving averages coming in where you're at right now. Okay, downtrend of resistance. This is where you watch right here. Okay, pay attention. Right, frickin' here. Pay attention, man. ETH still looking juicy. Still looking juicy. So let's see what we got on Bitcoin. Can Bitcoin break out, or is it going to get it rejected, come back down again? Let's see. Let's see what we got here. I'm in a long position. Bathwater said every time it was a good buy, don't miss it. Every time it was a good buy. Every time down here. Play support and resistance levels. Sometimes that's the easiest thing to do, right? Because think about it. The general masses are going to be panic selling and going short right here. That's what the general masses are going to do. And the general masses are going to FOMO, okay, and buy, or, do one of those two things. They're going to go, here, they're going to buy, here, they're going to buy, here, they're going to buy, here, they're going to buy. Okay? If you just kind of flip it, and even if you just do something simple as far as freaking shorting resistance and buying support, man, it's sometimes you make it this like complicated thing, and when you really zoom out and look at a chart, especially in a range like this, it is like relatively, when you really look at it in hindsight, it's really relatively, I would say easy, because you do get fake outs like this, like that, boop, and pop you down. But if you do the right risk and set your stop losses correctly and stuff like that, which is the biggest part of it, in my opinion, it's really just a range, I'm in a long, it's going to moon. E stop moving, look like it's waiting for BTC. Yeah. All right, Bitcoin's daily candle flipped from super bearish to bullish, man. Like that. If you close this candle green, so anywhere above like 1425, you got a nice bullish hammer candle there in the daily time frame. That looks pretty sweet. And all of a sudden, the weekly, which was looking super, super bearish, is right back above support. And I mean, obviously, we got a long weekly to go, so I'm not going to go into the weekly time frame. But you get the point, man. You get the point. Well, it's hit that level 5 times, cracked it twice. We don't generally hit the bottom 5 times. True. Very true. Very true. Do. I don't think Bitcoin breaks the previous low, so I have to pick 22K. There you go, Wayne. Let's see what you guys are saying. What comes first for BTC, 17K or 22K? 54% say 17K. Why? Because yesterday was red and Bitcoin dumped today. That's why. if Bitcoin goes to like 20K by tonight, and I do this poll again, it'll be the exact opposite. It's all about what the short-term price action is, always. But see, 55% say 17K. That's what it is. All right, here comes BTC though. BTC just looking to smack this. Here we go. Trying to get back above the 50 EMA. You've gotten a couple hits to the upside, right? 1 hit, 2 hits. Do you get that third hit? Let's see. This is the level to watch though. 19,443 here though. ETH holding up like a rock. Literally like 1370 here. It's getting up to my stop loss here. So I might get stopped out in a profit. Let's see. Let's see, which is fine. I mean, it is what it is. Let's see, man. 13,383. This is the point to watch for BTC right here, though. Right at that level right there, man. Which, to me, is not a coincidence. Like, look at this. You get the top of this vector candle right here. You got the 50 EMA coming in right here. And you got the downtrending resistance coming in right here. It's so much confluence. But if this can break, I mean, it's going to look juicy. It's going to look juicy in the short term. If BTC breaks this resistance, many will be FOMO'd in. Facts, man. Why? Why will many people FOMO in? Because you already know what happened last night.
Rant alert.
You know what happened last night. You know what happened. Many people sold right here on this. You see this white candle right here? You see this white candle right here? Many people sold on this white candle right here. And if Bitcoin breaks to the upside, guess what? The market maker is very good at getting them to FOMO back in. So if this breaks, you'll probably see a lot of people buy right here at the 20K psychological level. Okay? That's how this market works. And then Bitcoin does its W pattern. Maybe it comes back down. You get them to sell again. And then it comes right back up with the W pattern and comes back up to the upside. Sometimes it's the way the cookie crumbles, man, you know? That's the way the cookie crumbles. Many people sold right here, shorted right here, at this white candle right here, man. That's what it is. That's what it is. Drew, what's going on, buddy? Everyone in Discord longed? Nice. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's why we say, don't get too bearish at support, man. That's what we've been saying. Until it breaks with a close, don't get bearish at support. I get it. Right? Everyone expects the FOMC meeting to be horrible, which maybe it is. But you wait for the break, okay? And you trust the support until it breaks. That's the way it goes. Here's the deal. Like, it's psychological, man. If every single time Bitcoin came to a support and you were scared, you would never enter along because you would have got scared here, think it's going to go lower, and it didn't. You would have got scared here, think it's going to go lower, and it didn't. You would have got scared here, think it's going to go lower, and it didn't. Maybe this time does, but you play the percentages, man. You would never long if you thought every support was going to break based off the current price action. It's as simple as that, man. And if Bitcoin comes back up here to 22K, I mean, you play the same thing. You play the percentages. Then you look, all right, Bitcoin's gotten rejected from this level multiple times, okay? Then you play the opposite. Then you say, okay, you play the percentages. It's gotten rejected here multiple times. Then maybe you put a short position in there and you short it, right? You play the percentages, man. You can't just go based off current price action and be like, holy shit, we're at support. That means we're bearish, dude. Simple. Sometimes it's that simple. And you know, even sometimes I get caught up in the current price action, man. I do. All right. So that is that. That is that. Bitcoin getting an initial rejection off the 200 EMA. Initial rejection off the 50 EMA. So look at that. Perfect retrace. Look at that level, man. 19,443 right to the previous hourly closes. Bitcoin wicked almost right to that level, just slightly below. And initial rejection. We'll see what it does here, though. We'll see what it does here. Short term could pull back. Okay, and if it pulls back, take these vector candles, create that W formation to come back up. Right? Reset the 1 hour. Reset the 15 minute, which both look, 15 minute looks like it wants to come back down. We reset both of those. 4 hour still looks good. Once again, you reset this, come back down and retest this area. Then you pop back up. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for right there. And to be honest, if Bitcoin starts to come back down here like this, I'll probably close out my E short on that second low right there. If it doesn't, I'll get stopped out in profit, and we'll ride out into the sunset, man. We'll ride out into the sunset together. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Jelly bean. All right. Let's see. Market makers are very smart. Maybe this FOMC meeting is already priced in and they know what's going to happen and positioned already at the bottom. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, we just have no idea. And that's, like I said, that's the excitement in the space, man. The only thing you can really do is look at the charts and seeing what they're setting up for. So if they start pumping the market into Wednesday, to me that might be all right. Are they laddering in their shorts to dump it on Wednesday? If we stay at the range lows until Wednesday, that might be the opposite. Maybe then they're building up their longs to bring it back up on Wednesday. To me that's kind of the premise I go off of, but that could be wrong too. You know, it's all fun and games until Powell comes in and wrecks you. You know what I'm saying? It's all fun and games. All fun and games. Let's see. Gonna buy my last handful of Satoshi on the pullback. Then I'm done. I'm beyond ball deep into Bitcoin. I had to strap a 2x4 across my ass. A 2x4. I said 2x4. A 2x4 across your ass. Nice, dude. That's what you gotta do sometimes. Strap that 2x4 up your ass and hold it up. Stop sitting there with your thumb up your ass, you idiot. We'll turn into Becker here.
Rant alert.
Anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for me. You guys know my take here. I've said it multiple times. You guys know my take at this point. We shall see what happens going into tonight, okay? It's going to be an interesting week. I feel like every week's an interesting week because there's always a news event every week now, okay? But this is the one that's going to be interesting because that could set us up for what this BBWP cross could set us up for. If we pump this week, maybe the BBWP crosses and we're looking for a huge upside, okay? If we continue down this week, BBWP crosses, we're looking at further downside. I'm really waiting to see what the next week or two happens because this is going to tell us all I need to know, all right? Anyways, catch you guys later. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, and we'll see what the market gives us today, all right? Adios, my friends. Don't do anything on your don't pay us any crypto. Most well, don't pay crypto. And don't be afraid to take profits on the bear market rallies until proven otherwise. All right? Peace.